Mel with you here in the Volume.com studio with my special guest. As promised, I'm joined by Kathleen Edwards. Good morning, Kathleen. How are you? Thank you so much for coming in.
Good morning, Mel. How are you?
Doing wonderfully. So grateful to have you in. I just got back from a little vacation and coming back into things on a great note.
That's great.
Definitely excited to have you. And you played out at the basement last night.
I did.
How was it?
Everyone was thrilled that it was a show at 6 o'clock. So by 7:30, they're home and, in PJs. So it might be the new trend. I might be into it too.
I hope so. I can definitely see myself being into that. Glad that went well. You kind of took a little break as everyone else did. Are you glad to be playing shows again and back into it all?
Yeah, I am. I took a pretty long break from playing music in 2013, 2014, and I moved home to my hometown and opened up a coffee shop and put my guitars in a closet and didn't look at them for years. And then I had this great idea to start writing music again, and then I put a record out in 2020. That was just a banger plan, really great plan that I had. And so I'm finally, like everyone else, just starting to kind of play in front of people again, so that's nice.
Yeah, you took a much longer break than most there.
Yeah, I had a working sabbatical. I definitely learned a few things about running a business in the time I took off from playing music, but it was cool. It was really good.
Awesome. Well, we're glad to have you playing music again, and you're going to play some for us here. You got 2 songs. Which one do you want to start with?
Well, one thing I love about Nashville, especially walking around the parks on my hours off, Nashville's a dog town. Everyone has a dog. I'm a dog person, and the worst part about traveling is not having mine. And this is a song about having that buddy that you have to make some hard decisions about when the time comes. It's called Who Rescued Who.
All right, Kathleen Edwards live on Lightning 100.
I picked you up on the other side of the river. Dogs and alcohol go so good together. You were so sweet. Immediately, you just charm me with your skin and bones. Hop in the back seat. Oh, here we go. Under the little catalpa tree is where I put you. With a rock that says your name I had made for you. And now my favorite thing to say is who rescued who? Who rescued who? Who rescued who? I picked up a habit I'm just trying to lose, called courage in a glass that helps me keep up to you. 'Cause when we walk down the street, oh, everybody would just stop and say, oh boy, aren't you so sweet? And I felt that too. Under the little catalpa tree is where I put you. With a rock that says your name I had made for ya. And now my favorite thing to say is who rescued who? Who rescued who? Who rescued who?
Kathleen Edwards live here in the Volume.com studio. Who Rescued Who? Heard the line about dogs and alcohol, which is the name of that EP that you dropped in April. The first little thing you've put out since the record.
Yeah, it was just some B-sides. It was good. I called it Dogs and Alcohol, which was just like an acoustic version of that song, which I just played.
Yes.
And didn't know why I called it Dogs and Alcohol. It was just a line in the song, and it never was a line that it just kind of fell out of my mouth, and I wrote it down, and it stayed in the song. And a couple of weeks ago, I figured out why I called it Dogs and Alcohol, which is that my other dog, who's still with us, had surgery, and I had to pick her up from the vet. And it ended up being one of those days where you're supposed to keep a dog really quiet after they have surgery. The vet's like, keep your dog quiet. And the dog was just like fighting the drugs. You know, like when humans come out of surgery, you're like, just chill. You're like, great, I'm stoned. I'm happy to be stoned. I'm just going to lay here. The dog was like, I'm going to fight this. I'm ready to party. There's no quiet in my repertoire. And like the dog pooped himself. The dog had to be put in the shower. The dog had to go to the vet the next day. Like it was an adventure. So I had a stiff drink at the end of that day, and I was like, oh, that's why I called that Dogs and Alcohol.
Sounds like you earned that stiff drink for sure. You mentioned the coffee shop venture during your musical hiatus. Picked back up the music thing. Kind of dropped out of the coffee thing. How was that experience? Did that like shape the music that you're doing now? Did you like take anything from the coffee shop experience and kind of put that into the music?
Yeah, it was a really, I'm since I was like a 22, 23-year-old, and I'm in my 40s now. So I had somebody manage me. I was a recording artist. I had all these incredible experiences in music, traveling. And I never really stopped long enough to be home and to like have a garden and have a dog. And opening up a coffee shop and leaving music was a really daunting thing, because I thought, if I quit this, I'm going to just throw away all the opportunities that I had. And really, life has revealed to me that we have all these different chapters in our life, and nothing gets erased. You don't erase anything just because you stop doing it, and nothing you quit can't be unquit. And I actually named my coffee shop Quitters, which was ironic because I also then quit Quitters and came back to playing music. So, it's been an interesting journey, and I learned so much about not just running a business, but like I got to also do that pay it forward thing, because when I was a young woman starting out in my hometown playing in the local music scene, I was a server and I worked at great restaurants, and I had people mentor me and have my back and encourage me to do what I ended up doing, and to open up my own cafe and then have young people work for me and try and also then instill those experiences and values into them was really it was a really amazing experience. It's almost impossible to put into words.
That sounds absolutely incredible. I wish I would have been able to try some Quitters coffee. Maybe we'll unquit that one day. Let us know if you ever unquit the Quitters coffee.
We had a little baby onesie that we sold at the shop and said decaf is for babies. We also made them for politicians during the election campaign so that they could wear those too.
Nice. Got another song for us?
Sure, yeah.
Let's get into it. Glenfern, right?
Yeah, this is a song called Glenfern, which is the first song on my old record, Total Freedom, which is a song actually about my ex-husband who used to play guitar with me. I'd stopped playing music because I was really depressed. I was really burned out. And that time that I took off that we were just talking about really also helped me appreciate all of the incredible things I got to do, and realizing that I had lived like this amazing full life before I stopped. And one of the people who was with me through it was my ex-husband, my guitar player, Colin. And so when I sat down to write this new record, this old record, this was a song that I just kind of fell out onto my lap, and just really happy that I could write a song that was like joyful about all the good and bad times that that make life. So
let's hear it. Glenfern, Kathleen Edwards live on Lightning 100.
When I go walking in my neighborhood, I wonder how I even got here. It seems so long since those Hamilton days in the first house we bought together. And the online street view used to crack me up. It was you standing in your slippers on the front porch with a Siamese cat, but it's not up there anymore. And I will always be thankful for it. I was so lucky to be under your wing, but I think I went and outgrew 'em. And now when I find myself looking back, I think of all the cool that happened. You're welcome. We had a tour bus with a bed in the back. We bought a rock and roll dream. It was total crap. Well, we toured the world and we played on TV. We met some of our heroes. It almost killed me. And I will always be thankful for it. And I will always be thankful for it. I guess some things we should have said, 'cause it was too late when we did. Like you changed too much. You didn't change, and I am sorry for everything. Oh, everything but early days when we were playing at the Horseshoe and I was drinking too much whiskey. You always knew how to set me straight, even though I didn't want to hear it. And I will always be thankful for 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 it.
Once again, Kathleen Edwards live in the volume.com studio. That one called Glenfern, sounding absolutely incredible, especially for first thing on Monday morning.
Thanks, Mel.
9:30 a.m.
A lot of pressure went into that. Pull that one out.
Well, thank you so much for doing so, and thank you for joining me, especially after a show. Early show probably helped a little bit. Definitely on board with making more of those happen, but I really appreciate you coming by. And
thanks,
lovely
Mel.
to have you.
Thank you, and thanks to Lightning 100 for being really big supporters of mine over these years. And I really appreciate it in ways that you can't know. So thank you.